Hi everybody, it's Kristen with Hasta Cielo y Mas, and I want to wish everyone a happy new year. Today is January the 1st, 2019, and we are going into a new year, a new start, and I'm trying to be very positive about what this year has in store for me. So I've been really sick, so this video has been a little bit delayed because of that. I'm now a little bit on the mend, but as you can tell, I'm having some congestion. I have a sinus infection. I'm now on antibiotics and steroids, but definitely feeling a lot better than I have been the last several weeks. So that's a very, very big positive, good way to start the new year. I have been in a bit of a funk since my kidney stone this summer, and most of you know that. I had to make some major changes, and I'm not going to go into all the detail yet, although I do plan to make a video on what I've learned and what I'm trying to do. But basically, I had to make some very radical dietary changes, and I didn't really deal with that very well. So I have decided to put a new spin, a new light on things. I'm trying to be very accepting of the fact that these changes are necessary to prevent the horrors that I went through this summer with the kidney stone, and I am on kidney stone prevention maintenance. That is where I'm at. So to kind of give you a brief overview of my story and my history, I started this journey back in the summer of 2016 at a weight of well over 450. Not really exactly sure where, but I'm sure that my weight fluctuated between 450 and 500 for many years. And so I have lost over 200 pounds, but I have had some regain in the past several months post my dietary changes, which I don't think really have been very good for my overall health, especially as a de-esser. I definitely was struggling to balance my proteins, fat, and carbs. With the kidney stone prevention diet, it's a low sodium, low fat, low protein, low oxalate diet. And oxalates are in many of the foods that I ate on a keto diet. I have had to give up nuts. I've had to give up many plant and fruit-based foods, some of my favorites. And so that's been a bit of a challenge for me. The three foods that are pretty much allowed and a given for people on a low oxalate diet are three foods that I absolutely had removed from my diet as a ketoer, such as corn, oats, and rice. So as you can imagine, it's been pretty difficult, but I am trying to embrace this year and embrace these changes, and definitely try to figure out where I need to be heading and what I need to be doing. So over the course of the year 2018, I did have some plastic surgery. I had that down in Mexico with Dr. Francisco Salceda. It was a very positive experience. I was at the 3-week healing mark when I got sick with the kidney stone, totally unrelated, but definitely related to my bariatric surgery. So the surgery I had done in Mexico last summer, I was at about a weight of 260, 258, and I had my breasts done and my arms done. Those were my two primary areas of concern. I would say actually my arms were my primary area of concern, and while I was getting upper body work done, I decided to do both at the same time. And then I saw as low as about 250 and maybe 252, I'm not really sure. And then all hell broke loose, and I got this kidney stone and really suffered with it. Bacteremia, which is pre-sepsis. I was very, very ill last summer, and it was just very difficult. I had a trip to Alaska in the works, and so I definitely needed to heal for that. That trip was kind of a gift to myself to celebrate my 50th birthday, which is coming up in March. The Alaskan cruises run from May to September. So I went in September, and I went, you know, in advance of my 50th birthday. So My 50th birthday is coming up. It's in about 10 weeks, 11 weeks. So I'm excited. I have a lot of goals. This year, I did weigh this morning. I have not been frequently weighing. I've not even been infrequently weighing. I've not really been weighing. But I went to the urgent care yesterday for antibiotics, and I stepped on the scale, and it wasn't far off from what I expected, so that was good. But today, my weight was 275.2, which, as I mentioned, is about 18 pounds up from where I was pre-plastics. I'm not getting the math right, guys, and I'm a little foggy brained. But anyway, I'm up about 25 pounds since my lowest weight post-plastics. And I attribute that all to just a diet change and not doing well. But the last 90 days, actually, I've been working on progress. My mantra has been progress. And so for the last 90 days, I have done an exercise streak of 90 days. I've had an average of about 40 to 45 minutes of exercise every day, which, as you know, is with my vestibular condition, being super sedentary, that was a major big thing for me. So I've already put into play an exercise routine, which is great. I'm going to water aerobics on average 2 to 5 times a week. I guess that's a pretty wide range, but you know, I don't drive, and so it's when the stars are aligned, I get to go to water aerobics. But anyway, my children are all driving. They have a driver's permit now, all 3 of them, and they are wanting to get into the gym. So definitely I'm feeling like I've got exercise kind of mastered and cornered and on the go. So that's a good thing. But basically, I'm going into this year with a word of the year of discipline. I am wanting to see what will happen if I 2 years, 1 month post-op, so 24, 25 months post-op, if I can take the bull by the horn and be disciplined and be prayerful and mindful and intuitive and really focus on, you know, avoiding temptation. So that's where I'm at. I would like to lose 50 pounds this year. I would like to go into 2020 below 225. And I have a friend who watches my videos, who's a de-esser also, but is not a video producer herself. But my friend Tammy from Houston just had plastics with Dr. Salceda, kind of the whole works, the Joni works, plus some face work, so that's pretty awesome. But she had her surgery last month, and the weight that she was is kind of where I'd like to be for plastics. We have very similar body frames, very similar body types, which is great for me to have a person to compare myself to. I know we shouldn't do that too much, but we have so many similarities, and I haven't had anyone like her that I could, you know, look to for kind of maybe results, or kind of maybe, you know, how she did things and why she did things. And, you know, at this point, I had kind of come to kind of an acceptance of my pannus, of my stomach skin, but I actually don't want to accept it. You know, I don't want to think that I don't deserve or I can't achieve a result as well that I'd be happy with, and to lose that extra skin that's just enormous. As you can imagine, I weighed almost 500 pounds, so it's enormous, and it's heavy, and it's, you know, unattractive, and it's difficult to clothe. And so I'm going forward and making a plan, because that's what it takes when you're disciplined. You have to have a plan and have to have goals, and so I'm making a plan to get there. So I think it's realistic that I can lose 50 pounds this year. And I definitely have that in mind. And I think that if I, you know, strive for progress and strive for discipline, that's going to happen. So I'm going to drop some pictures here from the past year into my video. And I just want to encourage everybody to, get out of your slump. I was a sophomore this past year, had that sophomore slump. I know what it's about. That's why we still make YouTube videos, guys, because we want to, teach you that this is normal. This is normal. But now I feel like I've graduated to being an upperclassman. I'm a junior now, and I'm ready for my senior year. I will be ready for my senior year. So I'm encouraged, I'm inspired, I'm motivated, and I'm on the mend from being pretty sick the last couple of weeks. So actually kind of sick the last year. So gonna move forward and keep you guys posted on my progress. So starting January 1st, 275.2. Let's see where we can go by the end of the year. Take care. God bless y'all from the heart of Texas. Love y'all. Bye.